How's it going, producer? Thales here, and today I decided to start a series of videos on how I approach pop music production, how I make songs for myself, for different artists, and how you could do the same. I've been a musician for over 15 years now, and during that time, I learned a considerable amount of tricks of the trade that I like to share with you. If you're interested in being a music producer, or if you're an artist that wants to be able to make your own songs from scratch to present them to your audience. That means every day I'm gonna come here, take one song that I made as an example, and deconstruct it step by step, from the first concept idea to the final song, mixed and mastered, radio ready. Creating a song is definitely not an easy job, but if we have a good look at the big picture and break it down into small tasks, we can for sure make it a simple process, like a step-by-step that you can follow, and you will end up with a nice song every time. That's why I spent so much time to come up with my own system. Here's a quick overview on how I make my songs. I divide them into two macro tasks: the composition, which for me is the overall idea of the song, and the production, which is how I like to call the process of turning that idea into something tangible. So composition is the first part of making music, when I write the lyrics, the melody, figure out the rhythm, and the basic harmony that will support that melody and help me convey the right feelings that I want to express. As soon as I decide all that, I can lay down the song structure. The concept is ready. Now, production is the second part of making that song, and I can only start producing when I have already built a strong foundation during phase one. During production phase, my job is to come up with a good arrangement of instruments, assigning each one of them with their role. So now we're talking about drum section, vocals, back vocals, synthesizers, guitars, bass, and so on. You can record these if you can play them, or you can do it electronically through MIDI. I do a little bit of both, and I use tools like Ableton Live and a number of plugins that I'll show you later. Besides the arrangement, it's also time to work on the transitions between each section of the song to make them as smooth as possible. Then I add some ear candy, filling some gaps with interesting sounds as I see fit. And when I feel like the song is ready, it's time to mix it, making sure every sound is balanced, not only in loudness and equalization, but also in terms of stereo placement. Lastly, there's the mastering, which is a science on its own. But since I do everything by myself, I include it in the production phase. Mastering can be more complicated, but for me, it's all about making sure the song quality matches the industry standards of whatever style you produce your songs, pop in my case. It's that final step to make it radio or club ready. Now, I know it may sound overwhelming, maybe you're not familiar with all that, but we're going to look into each one of these steps in detail. There's going to be a video where we'll take our time to understand every one of them. What's a pop song structure, how to write lyrics, how to make melodies, how to harmonize your melodies, how to arrange your instruments, mix your tracks, and all that good stuff. If you pay attention to the next videos, I guarantee you'll be making your own songs in no time. That's why I'm so excited about this video series and this channel. I want to hear the songs you come up with, and hopefully you join me in this adventure. So for the first episode of the series, we're going to take my latest song called Maybe We'll Be Together, and we're going to take a deep look on how I wrote the lyrics. It was the first thing I did when I composed it, so it makes sense to start there. By the way, if you haven't listened to that song yet, I posted the lyric video on this channel. I'll place a card somewhere so you can easily click and check it out. Sound good? Alright, then stay tuned for the first episode. Thanks for staying. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. I'm Thales, and I'll see you next time.